Okay, this is the next standard, which is CED.1.1. So the first question says there are 60 students going on a field trip to the chocolate factory. The students are from 3 different classes. Mrs. Hoop's class has 24 students. Mr. Gomez's class has 18 students. Which of these equalities correctly describes the students and could be used to solve for how many students are from Mr. Anderson's class? Let A be Mr. Anderson. So we have so far a total of 60 students. So we know 60 is our total. So we could start off by eliminating that and that because we're talking about 60 kids total. So hopefully they didn't use C. So 60 equals, there's 24 in Hooper, there's 18 in Gomez, and A in Anderson. So that shows you it is D. Next one, the ages of 3 friends are consecutively 1 year apart. So that means if I go ahead and give friend A, and then for the next year would be A plus 1 because they're consecutively 1 year apart. That means the next one is going to be A plus 2. And that's all 3 friends. When you add them up, they say the total is going to be 48 years. So I have to add and add. Now, which one looks like that? So all they did was put parentheses around this, which you do not have to do because it's addition, but it is D. Now then it asks, what are the ages of the friends? So then I'm going to start off with combining like terms. So I have 3 A's plus 1 and 1 is 3 equals 48. Oops. Okay, then I subtract 3 from both sides, and I have 3A equals 45. Then I divide by 3. So then 3 goes into 45 15 times for A. So that means that the youngest is 15. So right away I can get rid of A, and I can get rid of D. But the thing is we just said the youngest is 15, because then it's 15 plus 1 is 16, 15 plus 2 is 17. So that tells us it's B, not C. Number 3, student council is renting a tent for $350 for an upcoming student fair. Each student attending the fair will pay 50 cents. Okay, so the students are 50 cents. Everyone else pays $2.25. If 200 students, so remember they said students are 50 cents each for 200 students. Which inequality can be used to determine the number of others? So that's the ones that are paying $2.25. Now the thing is to remember that the $3.50 to cover the tent is the minimum amount they have to make. So I noticed right away all of these are written correctly. Then I'm looking for the ones that talk about 50 cents times 200. So then I can eliminate this one and this one. So next, in order to find the total amount of money they're taking in, they would have to add the other with the students. So that leaves B as my correct solution. Okay, next page. Number 4, a heart-shaped chocolate box is composed of 1 square and 2 half circles. Oops. There we go. The total number of chocolates in the box is calculated by adding the area of a square given by 4x squared and the area of a circle approximated by 3x squared. That's how you get the total chocolates in that heart-shaped box, because it has 1 square, oops, and then it's going to have 2 circles, and there you go. And so they said that the area of this one is 4x squared, and the area of a circle, because they're saying they cut the circle in half, so plus 3x squared. Company plans to add a small box for a promotional campaign containing 1 row of chocolates. If the total combined hearts shape in the small box contains 69, which of these equations could be used to solve for the number of chocolates in the small box? So first things first, we have to look at the fact that we are adding. So let's go ahead and get rid of those. Now, you don't even have to do and think too much, because remember, everything is addition to get the actual numbers. So I'm adding 2x is what it said. So I add 2x here, and that gives me A. An internet business sells U.S. flags for $16.95 plus $2.50 shipping per flag. Shipping is free on orders with more than $100 flags purchased, which shows the number of flags that you must be purchased to get free shipping. So remember, the minimum cost, has to be more than $100. So you see where it says more than. So right away you can get rid of that because it can't be equal. It's saying more than that. So then I notice that the U.S. flag is $16.95. If I'm looking for free shipping, I'm not worried about that. I'm only paying that if I spend less than $100. So $16.95 is each flag. So I have $16.95 a flag, and that has to be more than $100. It can't be less than. And I'm not paying for the shipping. So that leaves B. Next, last one. A farmer has a rectangular field that measures 100 feet by 100 rectangle, 100 feet by 150. He plans to increase the area by 20%. So he wants your area to be bigger by 20. So I have to add the length and width by the same amount. So I have to add x to this one, add x to that one. So then I look at which equation is going to represent the area. So I notice A is wrong right away because it's adding 2x to the 100. And then I look at the fact that the rest, this one is multiplying by 2, which doesn't seem right. And then I look at the last two. So the left is correct, and then I have to figure out what the right has to be. And they are increasing by 20%. So let's start off by finding out the area, which is 100 times 150, which is 15,000. 20% of that, so times 0.20 is 3,000. So then I take this 3,000 and I add it to the 15,000, and that tells you what the value is after I increase by 20%, which is 18,000. And that right there is why D is wrong and C is correct.